So, my buddy also recommended for me to take the metro on the third day. So on the third day, I did go to the botanical garden via metro. So glad I took the metro. The metro system works like every 5 minutes. Like there's always a shuttle coming every 5 minutes, and very easy to get a bus pass. I recommend just get a 24-hour bus pass if you're only gonna stay there for a day or two. It's pretty nice. I think it's only like 11 or 12 bucks. And you can, and like I said, the metro comes so often to the point where it's like you don't really, it's worth your money instead of going, paying every time you go into the metro. But anyway, I go, I have to do my timestamps wisely. So I went to the metro at, I think, 10:05, got off at 10:15, and then I was like right around the corner from the botanical garden. But because the land, like the property that it's on is so freaking huge, I like there were so many like places on Google Maps, I didn't realize like there was a second entrance that was a lot closer to the metro. So when I was trying to go to the north entrance, I went around the opposite direction that I was supposed to go to, and ended up getting there. Like it took me an hour and a half to walk around the entire thing, pretty much. Um, I ended up like just making a shortcut halfway through, I guess, because it splits in the middle. Like I don't know what I was thinking. Like I feel like that morning I was just hungover and I wasn't thinking straight because all I had to do was get out the metro and then make a right and then go up the hill, and I would have been right there at the entrance. It would have been like a 10 minutes top walk. But instead I went all the way around the building, all the way around the land or whatever. And that took like an hour and a half. Almost had an asthma attack because my body just gave out. Like I said, the day before I think during my entire trip, each day I took over 22,000 steps because it's a walkable city. But also, I didn't discover the metro, so I was going back and forth a lot, and I was getting lost. And construction forced me to take different routes to where I need to go. But yeah, I was losing weight and gaining weight at the same time. Anyway, I get to the botanical garden at it was an hour and a half. Can't do math. It was almost 12 o'clock, and I had to wait in line to get in. Obviously, the whole reason I came there earlier is so I didn't have to wait in line, but it defeated the purpose. Anyway, I go in. I get my ticket. The ticket costs $25. They have like a bunch of different prices. So they have like the regular fees for if you're like out of town, and if you live in Montreal, you get like a discount. Like you get like a shorter fee for a ticket. And I guess if you want to do everything in the park, it's like almost $100, which is weird because the only thing else to really do is there's like the botanical garden and then insectatorium, which yeah, it's like the insect. It's like a little mini insect zoo where you can just see all like the little bugs and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that, but for some reason that was almost $50 more, which is stupid. Anyway, I get the ticket, for the out of towners. My ticket was like $25, and I go in. I was not impressed with the botanical garden there. I know it's out of season. I know it's fall, but there was literally nothing there. Like there was the greenhouse. The greenhouse was okay. It was a little mid, not gonna lie. It had like all the standard stuff you would see at like a zoo or at any other botanical garden or any Hobby Lobby or whatever. It just some basic ass house plants. It really wasn't that much. And everyone has cacti all the time, so who cares? But it was okay. I took some nice decent pictures with it. But for me, as soon as I stepped outside and I went towards like the first exhibit, so the first exhibit is like basically just I don't think it has a name. I think it was just like the landscape of it. It was they barely had any plants. It was all like leafy plants. It was grass, rocks, and dirt for the most part. And then I made a right and I went to the Alpine exhibit. And the Alpine exhibit was pretty much just like the mountains, I guess. Like if you ever went on a road trip, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like it was basically just rocks stacked up together with a little waterfall, a little stream, and mud. It was nothing worth showing anyone. The flowers were mid. They were very small. I think that some of them they just had like basic lavender. Then I guess they also had a Chinese exhibit for the botanical garden, but that just They just put some like pink flowers on the ground and some like dead lily pads in a swamp and called it China. I don't know. And then they had a Japanese exhibit, which was just bonsai. I feel like they didn't do their research at all. It literally was just bonsai and some more lily pads for the Japanese exhibit. Um, what else? Then they like the majority of the property was just trees and walkways, just like a little walk trail. Not even a little walk trail. It was a large walk trail. The entire thing, I went around the entire thing. It took me almost 3 to 4 hours to walk the entire thing. I almost got lost. Had to charge my phone. I was looking for a charging station. And the nearest charging station or bathroom is at either of the exits. So I have to either go all the way to the end or go all the way back to the front, which is give or take an hour and a half in any direction. And I was like, thank God I did not bring kids on this to this place because if they had to use the bathroom and they couldn't hold it, I'm just gonna tell you to piss on the lily pads, because I'm not walking an hour and a half to maybe wait in line for a restroom. My phone literally almost died. I had to go all the way around the exhibit. I was over it towards like halfway, like a little bit less than halfway. I was over it. I was just looking for a bathroom, but I ended up having to go all the way back around towards the front to charge my phone. Took forever. Feet in anguish. I met the nicest little French lady over there. I met the nicest person over there. She didn't like know too much English. I didn't know any French, but somehow she was able to give me directions and we were able to like work out a conversation somehow. But she was so nice about it. I swear, I'm so grateful that I talked to her just because my phone was about to die and I was getting desperate. Like I was literally about to just like hold my phone up to the sun. Hopefully, the solar radiation would do something. I'm about to rub my hands together and get some friction going and just pray that my phone can charge a little bit because I was getting so desperate. I didn't bring my battery pack with me, so I left it at the hotel, and I should have did that so that way I can actually enjoy it. But yeah, she saved my life. Long story short, and I was able to meditate and like next to one of the trees just because it's like this wide open plot of land. I might as well just relax when there's no people around and just I don't know. I feel like I was able to relax a lot easier when there was no people around. I usually meditate at my nearest park, but there's people playing frisbee and stuff, and I gotta watch out for poop and stuff like that, and just like the little minor disturbances. But I think that place was really good for meditation. Not $25 good, but still good because I was able to relax, get rid of most of my anxiety. Um, I was also kind of like annoyed because my feet were starting to hurt because I was walking too much. I was able to get some food when I went back. The food was so good. I don't know why. Like when I drink the juice in Canada, I don't taste any chemicals. And I honestly want to cry for myself because it's like I'm so used to the chemicals to where it tastes weird without the chemicals. But then I had like the best grilled cheese ever. I don't know if it was grilled cheese. It was a sandwich. I couldn't speak French, so I didn't know what I was ordering. I just saw the word sandwich and I was like, sandwich, food, nutrients. But yeah, I ordered that. It was the best sandwich. Oh my god, it was so small too. It was like I had to be like a cheese sandwich, like a grilled cheese. But it was so good, man. It made my day. And then like by the time I left the botanical garden, it was almost like four. Yeah, it was like 4 o'clock by the time I left. Like I was there for hours. I was there walking for hours. I was gonna do a couple other things that day too. I just didn't have any energy for it. Then I had to like walk to my nearest gas station. Um, I think it's called Comfort Tart or something like that. I don't know. Um, it's like the logo that has like an owl, like a Hooters owl looking at you or something like that. It was just weird. But yeah, I went there, got some cookies, got some drinks, or just something to drink. I think the guy upcharged me because I couldn't speak English. It's fine though, because I didn't care. My blood sugar was so low. I was so exhausted. I was like, I just need something, man. I can't keep drinking my tears. I need something. But yeah, I was able to get to the metro and then I went out, out to the sauna again later on that night. It was cool, but like I started to get a fever because I think I exhausted my body a little too much that day. So I started to get a fever, but I kind of like pushed through. I just had to get some electrolytes in me. The pizza there was good too. I forgot Montreal has a lot of pizza places. The pizza's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Um, it just doesn't have that stringy cheesiness that I like. It's kind of like everything is just plopped on top of each other and it just sits there. But like I just miss that stringy, that like the pizza that just feels like everything's together and it actually feels like a pizza instead of like just dough with a bunch of toppings on it. I don't know if you guys know the difference, but yeah, that was basically my experience with that. And then otherwise, the city overall, lots of traffic. The traffic isn't that hard to read. Like I think the only thing that makes the traffic difficult is people on bikes, the people doing construction, and then like the pedestrians crossing, but also like the constant four-way traffic. But other than that, it's okay. It's not that difficult. Um, it's fine. I got used to it after a while. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's a walkable city. I like the peacefulness overall in Montreal. I would say I did like this trip a lot. I know I rambled. I couldn't help but like ramble a little bit during this vid, or a lot of it during this vid, just because I'm still trying to like process everything that I did while I'm talking to you guys. So that's why it's a little lengthy and I'm just mumbling on. Um, Also just reminiscing on the good memories that I made there. So I'm proud of myself. This is my first solo trip. Hopefully you guys like this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.